Hey Sioux Falls, Shannon Austin here, and we have another exciting episode of Public Works Update for you on our summer street construction. We're going to talk about a little bit of new projects and then take you back to a few old ones that are so close to my heart. Stay tuned. Well, our first project update is out here on 33rd Street and Minnesota Avenue, and we were out here last time with Chad Stenslin. And fortunately for Nick gets to be my show star today. So Nick, there looks like there's a lot of things that have happened, but it still kind of looks the same as far as traffic. So what has the contractor worked on in this past month?
They have worked on all the storm sewer. They got all the pipes in, and they are working on the structures currently. They are also working on all of the intersection from Dakota all the way down to 33rd, just to get that ready for pavement. And they have it all graveled, and they're just trying to get as much done as they can. I'm
sure. So we certainly haven't had any large amounts of rain, but has everything been on schedule so far?
Everything's on schedule. We might be a little behind, but not too bad. Nothing that I can't make up easily.
Sure.
It's just rain days haven't helped, and then all the utilities were a little more complicated than what everyone thought. So
you have had some rain days then?
Yeah, we've had, I think, like 4 or 5 so far. But
so because we're working on the storm drainage pipes, it's probably difficult. That's probably where the delays have come from, because it's actually when it rains, it's kind of hard to work on that utility.
Yep, and then all the underground, just wet holes make it hard to work in. You can't backfill properly, stuff like that.
Sure. So how have the neighbors, the property owners been? Are they frustrated? Are they okay with the project still?
Everyone's, as far as I know, is happy. I've been in communication with most of them. I talked to them at the very beginning. They were all happy. I think they're happy just getting a new road.
Yeah, very good. So what can our drivers expect to see in the upcoming month?
We should still probably be working on this side. We're thinking maybe mid-July we'll start to switch everyone over to phase 2, which then we'll close the west 2 lanes and then open the east 2 lanes once we pave them.
So then the traffic will be detoured on that west leg like they are right now?
Yes, it will be the same detour up on 26th Street.
Okay.
Then there will be like the same, no right-hand turns on 33rd, stuff like that.
Okay. So have you had any issues with the traffic? I mean, does it back up pretty good at the AM and PM peaks, or does it move pretty good?
I think everyone kind of knows now to avoid this area if they can, and it's not really bad at all anymore. I think people have learned to take other routes if they can, or just avoid the intersection altogether.
Right, and we always see that once projects start, everybody kind of leaves, but then they actually come back because they see that there's not much traffic, so then that it does work pretty well. So, and all the businesses are still open, so we want to make sure we tell them to come and visit their businesses.
Yes, yep, and they definitely want you to know that.
Our next update is on the southwest part of the city along Marion Road from 41st Street to 57th Street. Tim Kruger from our engineering office, you kind of have created a traffic wonder through here.
Yes, we have. We are doing a mill and overlay project due to the deteriorating street conditions. We're going to come through here, grind off the top 2 inches of asphalt, and we're going to put down another nice 2-inch lift and make this a better traveling for the public through this area.
So is it pretty tough on traffic to have it narrowed up, even though it is just 1 lane in each direction?
It's 1 lane in each direction currently here. The lanes are a little narrower due to some of our work areas. I just remind the traveling public to be aware of the posted speed limit, 25 through the construction zone. We will be changing traffic control up at times due to the phasing, whether we're milling or paving.
Okay.
There will be times that it's only going to be neck down to 1 lane of traffic. There'll be detour routes for different directions.
Okay.
So I just remind everybody to pay attention.
So then I have also, as we drive through the corridor, I see some concrete work going on. What's the contractor doing at the intersections?
Yes, the intersections, we're putting in new sidewalk ramps, ADA compliant sidewalk ramps. A lot of them are getting new curb, and then also some new valley gutters.
Okay. So it's important that we keep this road smooth, I suppose, for our project next year on 41st Street, right? From Marion Road to Shirley. This is probably going to handle a lot of extra traffic next year.
That is the plan, yes.
Okay, very good. So, last year you were on 57th Street that you had a lot of speeding vehicles.
Yes.
And did you have some police officers write tickets out there?
We did. Yeah. We had officers out there, and unfortunately they did issue quite a few tickets when they were on site.
So is this kind of similar where we have a lot of people that maybe need to slow down a little bit?
I think this situation is a little bit better because we do have a lot of accesses along this route, but speed is still a concern. I just remind everybody to be safe. We have a lot of workers around here, the tight conditions. I'd hate to see anybody get hurt.
Right. So when is this project scheduled to be completed?
We should be out of here by late August.
Oh, good. So not a
couple more months
project.
and we should be done.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your time today.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, our next update, still on the southwest part of the city. We are out at 85th Street in Tallgrass. It seems like we are out on 85th and Tallgrass a lot. We welcome to the show Trent Bruce from DGR. Trent, we've been out on 85th Street for probably the last 3 or 4 years. What is going to happen this summer?
Well, this summer we're planning to replace or install sewer and water main along Tallgrass Avenue, and then it'll extend north on Tallgrass and also west a little bit on 85th Street. So sewer main and water main will both be installed later this summer.
So will it impact the area that we just finished last year at all?
No, the area that we finished last year will remain in place just as it is. This will take off from the intersection and head north, and then it'll go west from that intersection. So there'll be very little impact to the work that was done last year. We're tying into that work and extending it further.
Okay, but for those folks that travel on Tallgrass, or even those smaller homes or short number of homes that are to the west of Tallgrass, they won't be able to travel then on those two streets, because will the utilities be in the ditch, or will they be in the center of the street? Or
the utilities will be installed in the roadway, so yeah, there will be some impact to the traveling public on Tallgrass during this project, and the property owners will be impacted as well. And we've had some meetings with them, and so they are aware that they will have some traffic impacts during the utility installation project.
Okay, so that'll continue through this. It'll be done in the fall then?
Yes, that project is expected to be done this fall. It'll probably take a couple months of construction work to install the sewer main and then the water main, and then we'll replace the existing surfacing, the gravel surfacing, this fall, and it'll be open through the winter. Okay,
so then what can our drivers expect to happen in this area next year? Are we going to be back here next year?
Well, we hope so. If we are able to get the necessary right-of-way, we plan to do a build-out of Tallgrass Avenue and the intersection of 85th and Tallgrass in order to facilitate the full urban build-out, similar to what the north end of Tallgrass is and 85th Street is going further to the east. So yes, if we're able to acquire that right-of-way, we do anticipate that there will be quite a bit of construction activity next year with that full build-out.
Okay, so then, because we always want our folks to be informed, so as far as the interchange goes, so across Interstate 29, what year are we looking at now for the interchange?
The expectation for that interchange is going to be 2023. We expect that project will take place in 2023.
So it has just kind of pushed back a little bit, I suppose, just because of permitting and right-of-way and all that?
Yep, working through permitting and right-of-way acquisition, and a little bit of coordination with the adjacent projects and making sure that all the drainage works and everything is able to be constructed as needed. So it did get pushed back a little bit.
So it's interesting, that we've been on 85th Street and Tallgrass for so long. I'm sure these property owners are tired of us out here, but it's a process as we continue to grow and to expand. It just isn't as easy as rebuilding in the middle of the street, is it?
No, it isn't. Nope.
Middle of the city.
Yeah, it's you're changing the landscape around here, and there's a lot of interest in future development. The city's certainly expanding this direction, and that interest in the commercial development is definitely driving the need to improve these roadways. And so it's a little bit different than constructing middle of the city, but it takes a little time to make it all happen and get the necessary pieces in place.
All right. Well, thank you for your update, and hopefully the dry weather continues in this area.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, Sioux Falls, I'm out here at 26th and Southeastern, but don't worry, we're not closing any more lanes down, but I did want to give you a little bit of information about the project now that it's fully open to traffic. So in Rotary Park, you don't have to make that dangerous left turn getting out of Rotary Park. You can go under the bridge and make a right out onto 26th Street. And same thing with Cliff Avenue Greenhouse or Leif Erikson Day Camp. You can go under the bridge and make that safe right turn out versus making that left turn out. So just wanted to make sure that all you drivers who are coming down to Rotary Park and Cliff Avenue Greenhouse as well as Leif Erikson know that, because that's a great feature that we added to the project. And it's tall enough where you can get a big bus underneath it for all of Leif Erikson camp campers that want to go and drive safely to and from the camp. So the project is pretty much complete. The contractor is still working on painting a few retaining walls, but otherwise all lanes are open to traffic. So please, please enjoy Rotary Park and enjoy the rest of your summer. Well, our last stop today is on the northeast part of the city on my favorite road, North Veterans Parkway. And we welcome back to the show Carrie Johnson, who's now with Infrastructure Design Group. Carrie, good to have you back.
Thank you.
So, yay, we have additional lanes, even if it's just not for a whole lot of distance, but we have additional lanes. So kind of walk us through why the city and the state decided to do this.
Just to extend veterans and get the full 4 lanes and turn lanes with the median a little closer to Arrowhead to kind of get ready for Arrowhead construction going further toward Sioux Falls and connecting up with this.
Okay, so is it just about complete? It looks like it's all paved out. So what's the contractor working on?
Right now they're working on median, so getting the splash garden and some of the pavement in the median. And then also working on streetlights, getting the streetlights up, and then they'll start planting seed and plants in the median.
Okay, so will there be traffic signals at 6th Street right now or not?
Not right now, but in the future.
Okay, so then it really didn't have a huge impact on traffic, this project, because it was off to the side, right?
Yep, it really didn't change. There's 1 lane in each direction to begin with, and there has been through construction, but once we're done, then there'll be 2 lanes in each direction.
Okay, so then as we approach Arrowhead Parkway, when will we see some work at Arrowhead Parkway and Veterans Parkway?
That intersection is not planned until 2024, and that is still depending on some right-of-way issues.
Okay, so right now though, in order to fix the kind of the immediate traffic issue that we have, what we see in the peak hours, we are going to do some improvements though at the intersection, right?
We are. We're going to add a right turn lane, so it's just going to be restriping at the intersection. On the north side of Arrowhead, we're going to add a right turn lane to get some of those people moved over that are taking a right onto Arrowhead.
So that'll be really nice because then you'll be able to have more southbound vehicles go through the intersection.
Yes.
Okay, good. So then as long as we're on Arrowhead Parkway, so our project planned for 2021, Arrowhead Parkway and 6 Mile Road, can you give our viewers the status of that project?
Getting ready to bid that this fall, and still working through some right-of-way issues, but again, hoping to bid this fall and start construction later this year or next year.
Okay, so remind us again, is that a total closure, or how does that construction phasing go? Because I think the majority of the street is actually off alignment, right?
Yeah, the new alignment of Arrowhead will be to the north of the existing Arrowhead, so a lot of that can be built on the side without affecting traffic.
But there still will be impacts.
Yes.
All right, well, a lot of new things on the east side again.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
Well, that's a show for today. Lots of construction going on in the heat of the summer, but we still have a lot of projects to finish up for the remainder of the year. Stay tuned to SiouxFalls.org, the street construction page, for any updates on all your projects. Until next time, I'll see you on the streets.